Well, welcome back to the workshop. Still in lockdown, so I've not been to the Heritage Centre. Um, don't know when I'll get back, but anyway. So what we're going to be doing today is the fuel pressure warning light switches. There is on the engineer's panel in the Lanc. There's a row of 4 lights, and they indicate low fuel pressure. So if the pump's packed in, or if there's a blockage, or maybe they've run out on one tank and the gauge isn't showing it, that will show up on that particular engine, low fuel pressure. So what it's controlled by is one of these. It's got a red label on it because it's not been tested. It's an unknown quantity. I've actually got 2 types here. They both do the same job. One's obviously slightly more modern than the others, because on this one the cover is held in by a circlip, and on this one, I'll just bring it close to the camera. On this one, the plastic cap and screws, and what you've got inside is your 2 screw contacts, and on this one the adjuster is at the top there, whereas you might be able to see that there. That's better, isn't it? The adjuster's at the top and your 2 connectors at the bottom. The other one is very similar, just a little bit more primitive inside. In fact, if you hang on, let me just whip the cap off this one. And so talk amongst yourselves while I do this. There we go. Tangle it. So I'm using a different microphone this time because I was getting a bit of noise off the last one. You might have noticed it crackling a bit. I've traced it to the mic. So I'm using a different one, but it's got a shorter lead. It's only about 2 meters as opposed to the 5 meters that the last one was, so I can't get too far from the camera. So anyway, this is the other one. Let me get a bit of light on it. There we go. So you've got your, let me get it right. You've got your 2 wire connections here, and your adjuster is just there. Okay. These are supposed to switch at between. I'm using the Rolls-Royce document here, and it says here should operate at a pressure 5.5 to 6.5 pounds per square inch. So we can do that on the deadweight tester, which is why it's here, funnily enough. One of the reasons. That is the kind of rig setup that we should have. What I shall do is I shall put a blow up of it just here, so you can peruse it at your leisure for a couple of seconds while I waffle on some more, and then we're gonna refer to this document as we test it, as we set them up and adjust them. I'm expecting them all to be out, but they are adjustable, and you'll see in a minute just how we're going to do it. I do it slightly different. Should we do that one again? I do it slightly differently at the Heritage Centre because I've got a cable loom that I attach it to. I haven't got that here, so I'm just using a multimeter, not an Ava or anything posh. It's just my multimeter that I've had 20 odd years, a bog standard one. So that will do to give me an indication of whether the contacts are open or closed. So with contacts closed, no resistance, lights on. With the contact open, high resistance or infinity, call it what you will, and the light will be out. So bear in mind, these are just, I would imagine, I've never had one apart, but I would imagine inside here is a sprung diaphragm, and the pressure acting on the diaphragm opens and closes the contacts, one of which is adjustable. Yeah. So obviously this diaphragm is calibrated in some way or other. Right, so I'll move across now because that diagram should have gone by now. And yeah, so we'll look down the bench, we'll swap the camera around, and we'll get crack on. I think I put the wrong teeth in today, and we'll crack on with it. So back in a minute, guys. Okay, so here we are on the bench. So what we've got is deadweight tester. I think, have I primed it? No, I haven't primed it, so we've got to prime it first. We'll do that, just check. but it doesn't look like I have. No, we haven't. Right, so we've got to prime that first, but I'll do that in a minute. So we've got the deadweight tester. We got it connected to the switch, which in turn is connected to the multimeter. And also the gauge here is just to give me some indication. Now, we said last time this was reading 2 psi high. When I was working, when I set this up yesterday, the gauge was actually back to reading 1 psi. So what's going on? I don't know. Obviously, maybe some expert in gauges can tell me. I'm just what they call a fairy. Instruments, that kind of thing. This is yeah, analog gauges. I like them, but yeah, I wouldn't know how to adjust one. Anyway, I did it. So let's get this. We'll get this primed first. So the tap is on. We've got this to fill, because you missed this. I didn't show this on the last one. What you can't see, possibly, that the level in this reservoir is going down now as we're filling this tube. And we'll go till the piston is all the way out. Okay, I'll turn that one off. We'll pop the cap back on. Excuse me if my arm's in the way. We'll turn that to test. And okay, so it says here in the spiel, connect to the test rig and apply pressure of 10 to 12 pounds for a period of 10 seconds. Okay, 10 to 12 pounds. So there's 10. And we'll go to 2, and there's a 2. Okay. And as you see the needle drop off there. Yeah, come back down. And boop, there it goes. So it looks like it's switching at 4 psi. Remember, it was reading 5 high, but we'll check that. I was gobbling, so there we go. So what do we got there? That is 10, 12, 13. So that's reading 13 psi. We've got 12 on there, so the gauge is reading 1 pound up. So leave that there. Then it says repeat this 3 or 4 times. Okay. So it's obviously to exercise the mechanism. So we'll do it again. If this gets a bit long-winded, I might just drop this lot out. Okay. Okay, so the lamp we should be watching the lamp to operate at a pressure of 5.5 to 6.5. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the, make sure that's off all the way. Doesn't look like it is. Or is it stuck? It's possibly stuck. There we go, right. So what we'll do then is, let's have 4 and 6, because what I want, because it says between 5.5 to 6.5, so if I do it at 6, so it switches at 6, that's smack bang in the middle of the spec. So I shall switch my light on, because then I can see up here, because that's where I'm going to be doing the adjusting. You guys won't be able to see this, but take it as read. I will be adjusting something. So here we go, and that's 4, taking it up to 5 and 6. This should start to rise now at 6. So if we adjust this now, it's a bit of a fiddle to get in now. I might have to change screwdrivers actually. I think I've got the wrong screwdriver for this. Right, so we are Still at 6, and we need this to switch at about the 6 point, don't we? We do. And these little screws are a bit tight, so right, so let's pop, let's put 7 on there because I don't have a half. Right, so it switches even before. So if we look at the meter then, see when it's switching, just there, that's 5. We're over reading, so it's switching at 6. So that one's sorted. Yeah. So in case you missed that, we'll do that again. We've got 6 psi on there. Okay, and it's the contacts are closed. As we come up to 6 psi, contacts open. Yeah, it's right on the cusp. Look, yeah, I'm barely touching that. And that weighs next to nothing because that's, as you can see, that's a bit. There's a bit of Paxlin. There's it. See, to adjust, push and turn to the right positive, to the left negative. Okay, so if I just, so you can imagine that weighs next to nothing, and just that on there is enough to change it. So I think that one is spot on. So there you go. And that, ladies and gents, is how you adjust and test, or test and adjust, a fuel pressure warning switch. Very easy, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now is I shall just put a teeny drop of Loctite on that to stop it shifting, because you can imagine the aircraft vibration is going to make it move. Yeah, so I hope you all like that. Right, well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Something a little different, isn't it? I've now got a little box of nothing but about, apart from that one, I think it's 6 in total to do. So, yeah, so ever so easy to do, but quite vital for the aircraft. Most of analog systems are fairly straightforward. It's until you get into the analog computing side when it really starts to get technical. And if I ever get a chance to get some of the stuff out and up and running, which will be interesting, I would like to do so. But anyway, I'm waffling again. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, rate and subscribe, ding the bell, you know, the usual cobblers. And stay safe out there. And I'll see you all again next time I've got something to show you. Take it easy, guys. Stay cool. And have a good one.